Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back. We have some major catching up to do. Haven't uploaded a video in a while. I apologize guys. I keep saying that we're going to get back into the swing of things, but the new drag truck is just eating time. It's eating time. It kind of needs all of the focus. So that's kind of what we've been doing. That's where we've been. We have been here working nonstop on this thing all day, all night, all weekend. Well, after hours, I guess you could say at work, but after hours and the weekends, just crazy. But some big news. We finally have, basically I wasn't going to make another video until the cage work was basically done, like sorted, done, really just fitting bars, grinding. Like, it's very repetitive. It's not very interesting or exciting for you guys to watch. But anyway, without further ado, we have a sorted cage. 25.6, let's see if it'll focus. There we go, 25.6 cert. We actually did have to redo something. This bar right here was pre-existing on the other cage. It was the wrong diameter. Because it was pre-existing, we really didn't even check it. So kind of a time-consuming mistake there, but we went ahead, we got them cut out again and fixed. So really, the bars that are left in this thing are very minimal. Like, we could have almost started over, but doing this still saved time. But here it is, man. I'm super pumped about this thing. It came out so good, and your boy, your guy right here, man. I will say, I'm not gonna go ahead and say I did everything. Michael definitely really helped. But as far as fitting goes, Michael made me fit all these bars by my damn self. He definitely helped out with the bender. The bender, obviously, we're still learning, but all the straight bars I did. I think they came out really phenomenal. A lot of the body lines, we spent a lot of time with matching everything up. I'll kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. And this is the time-consuming stuff that really, like, if you throw it together, it could be done a lot quicker. But so this bar right here, this bar matches the same angle as this, matches the same angle, same kick down right here. So this bar matches. The funny car hoop matches this bend, this bar in the back. Let me go over here and show you. But, so when you're looking at it, it's offset slightly, but it is the same exact bend. It looks really nice. So when we cut out these bars right here, these were the bars that were wrong, went ahead and dropped them down a little bit so this thing is easier to get in and out of. Still kind of a pain in the butt regardless, but anyway, cage work is done. We got the X in the floor. Looks a little funny because the transfer case can still come out. We decided to put it on the floor. We were talking about putting it over top, but the way it is right now, transfer case can still come out. All of this stuff should still be easily removable. We went ahead and used this, a pre-existing piece, but we went ahead and added the required gussets, welded the plates, so it's a completely bolt-in, bolt-out deal. So we did that, and yeah, got that for the rear drive shaft. We still got to make the other part of that loop, but yeah, so basically, as you can see, the cab is back on. Oh, and this bar right here, this bar was really nice. We kicked this bar up, kind of kicked it up, and then shot it over, so it gave me a little bit more headroom, as you guys can see from the front. That was the one thing this cage before was lacking, a little bit of headroom for me, but went ahead and fixed that with that bar, and yeah, we're good to go. So cab's back on, and we are finally getting back to mounting the cab. We're really just gonna run some plate steel and kind of just fill in a little bit of this gap. Do the same up here. I've got these panels made up. The firewall is actually gonna be this far back, so we actually have to kind of enclose this as it's going to be part of the firewall. But that is what we are working on this evening. Got this kind of all cut out, all smoothed out, all nice. And then over here, as you can see, we are working on the fiberglass front clip. A lot of questions. This fiberglass front end and the fiberglass for the Pro Mod and for this truck are from Joe, Hot Bods Racing, or Hot Bods Fiberglass, I should say. He's up in Ohio. He does all of the second gen, super high quality, nice fiberglass. It's not very flimsy, still really lightweight, but a lot of questions on where that stuff came from. Hot Bods, it's Hottbodz or something like that. But anyway, that's where the fiberglass comes. It's not one piece, but we are going to make it one piece. and this actually will tilt and be removable. So we'll be able to kind of slide it forward, tilt it up, or completely take it off. So we got his kit. We'll get into that maybe a little bit later in another video. But anyway, how about that for a dang intro. Anyway, in this video as well, I just want to mention the winter jackets, the Wrenchworks winter jackets. We decided to pre-order some more. So if you guys missed out on any of those jackets, make sure you guys head over to there and grab some of that stuff now. We're doing a pre-order on them. If we got a lot of requests on when they were coming back. So go over there and grab a jacket if you guys missed it. But yeah, we're going to get back to work. Again, I apologize. This thing is just eating so much time, but what are you gonna do? Got to get it done. There's only one of me. I need more. I need more of me. But anyway, that's it. Let's get to work. Let's get some things done this evening as well. It is currently the next day. It is Sunday. It is 1 o'clock right now. So let me tell you exactly how yesterday ended. So we spent until about 12:30 at the shop last night. Cab is completely done, mounted, doors are back on. Started messing around with the front clip and also started on the floor. So sections of the floor are done. Called it a little early. Everyone was getting pretty tired. And also we had plans this morning to go get that smart car. So yes, we are official owners of a smart car. Let me explain to you why here. But we went home, went to sleep, slept from 12:30 to 2:30, so 2 hours of sleep, and then we drove 4 hours to Ohio to go get the smart car, came home, got home and slept for another hour, and now we are headed back over to the shop again to continue to work on the Pro Street truck. So as you guys may know, previously we had a diesel Polaris Ranger. That was actually never ours, that was Mark's. We kind of shared it. I kind of bought some of the stuff for it. But anyway, Mark took that back. Mark is using that. Good buddy Mark. We miss good buddy Mark, that's for sure. But we don't have a pit vehicle. So for this year, for the Pro Street truck, we need something to push it around. And we needed a little bit more space in the trailer. So a lot of pros in the smart car. Definitely doesn't win any coolness factor, let's put it that way. I completely understand that it's not diesel, or it's not the coolest thing anywhere close to it. But what it does have to offer is the fact that it can be driven on the street in case we have to go run out, somebody needs needs something to go run out, God forbid something happens on the road, we can go drive it on the street. So it is road legal. We can use it for whatever we want on the street, which will come in handy eventually here or there. Number two, it has a little bit more oomph behind it. You know, it's got a real engine, a small one at that, but works good for a pit vehicle. It's just an overall good pit vehicle. It has heat and air conditioning. Now, again, yeah, you could go buy a enclosure cab for one of those vehicles, but man, you're starting to get kind of expensive. Smart cars are pretty cheap. We got a really good deal on that one. It's black. I'm sure you guys know exactly what's going to happen to it. It's going to look a lot cooler than what it does now. But anyway, that's the reasoning behind getting a smart car. I'm not going to try and make it a whole drawn out big deal as of right now. So we went and got a smart car first thing this morning. It's 1 o'clock now, and we're going to go back to the shop and get some more stuff done. We got to keep plugging away, got to keep getting it done. And I apologize that I haven't been there, you know, showing you every step by step, but trust me guys, we have just been devoting every little second that we have to try and get this thing done. So we are in Florida and racing. So let's get to the shop. We're gonna probably just dive right in. I'll set you guys up, and let's see how far we can get this Sunday. Alrighty guys, that is pretty much going to wrap up this evening. The front end is completely done and mounted using the hot bods, basically tilt front end kit. I'll show you guys really quick here. All of the brackets and stuff Joe supplied. You can see there's the lower one that gets pinned. The upper one up top here, I'll try and slide it off myself to give you guys a little bit better look. But then the tilt brackets down here, everything just needs to be welded to the inner structure that he kind of builds into these. But the fitment is seriously just awesome. It looks like it's got a lift kit because there's no engine in it, but body line wise, everything looks really, really good. Super excited to get the body work and stuff out of the way. But to undo this, all you got to do is basically pull these pins. There's one on this side, one on the other side, and I'll go ahead and try and do this myself. A little easier with two people, obviously. But once you pull the pins, pretty much just I got to use two hands for that one. That one's a little tight, which is good. But you just kind of slide it forward, you tilt it forward, and yeah, we're getting there. Alrighty, and there you have it. That way you don't actually have to remove the whole front end. You can actually just tilt it forward, and got his brackets there, so you can actually take the whole thing off if you lift it off just a little bit different way, or it tilts like this. But here's a little bit better look at the brackets for the top. Just use existing OE bolts, and it kind of slides in, pins in. Real nice, real easy. Just a little bit of time welding everything up. And yeah, we'll check that off the list. Just slowly checking every, well, hopefully more quickly, but just continuing to check things off the list here and just try to knock this thing out. Yeah, we're not even going to count how many days are left, but we're chugging along. All of the engine stuff should be coming up here very, very shortly. Ran into some hiccups. Got that stuff fixed, and just kind of waiting on overnight parts from Japan from Harry's. And but that's it, guys. That's pretty much going to do it. Look forward to the next upcoming video, guys. That's going to do it. Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. See you guys on the next one. See you.